This is Patrick at Digital Vision, and today we're continuing the introduction to Nucoda and Phoenix by having a look at the interface. Now, the interface inside Nucoda and Phoenix is actually really simple. There's not a lot of layers to it. We essentially have the library and the timeline, and then we have a few tabs and windows. So at the top of the interface here, we can see the library. Now, the library is where we will see all our material. So anything that's been conformed, or any clips that have been loaded, video clips, audio clips will appear in there. Any caches that have been created will appear in there, as well as our compositions. So we in Nucoda and Phoenix we call them compositions. Sometimes people call them sequences or whatever. We refer to them as compositions. So those will come up in the library over here, and in the library, this button over here will allow us to create new folders, and this button over here will allow us to go and delete folders. To rename a folder, we're going to click on it, press F2, which is actually a Windows convention, and we're going to rename that folder and hit return. I'm going to select that again, and I'm going to just delete that. So moving further along at the top here, we can see we've got columns which will allow us to sort material, and if I right click, you'll see that we can go and insert columns, or we can actually remove columns as well. And these columns are related to data, for example, for red files or for CINI files or ARRI files. And then we've got tape names, the status, the name of clips, in and out points, all that kind of stuff all appears in the library. I can scroll to the right hand side over here, and I can see the location of material, descriptions, and I can very easily just drag these around to put them in the order that I would like them to be. I can go make them bigger or make them smaller as well. To interact with anything in the library, if I click on a clip or on a composition, we are able to go to the properties for that. So if I click that, that is the properties for my QuickTime. You see there's not a lot of properties there, and for my composition, the same thing for my composition. So I can go and change the name of the composition if I wanted to do that. Now, the one thing to remember is I cannot get the properties for two things that are different. So I can't have properties for compositions and clips up at the same time. I have to choose what I want to do. So if I want to sift these, if I want to have only clips or only compositions, what I can do is in the bottom here, we've got a little matrix, and at the moment I'm telling it I would like to see all compositions, clips and proxies. If I tell it I would like to see only marked, then I'm not going to see any clips because there's nothing marked. Current will show me only the current composition, once again, because there's no current clip on the timeline, and all will show me everything. If I go and select to make a new composition, you'll see this one changes to the current edit, and I'm just going to actually grab my description and move it across here. Maybe where I want it to be a bit more. So I can go and double click in their description and go and name those. So my current edit is currently 1. If I use the little matrix to change that to current, you'll see I only have the current edit. If I change it to all, I'll get everything. Double clicking the composition and showing current will only show me number 2. So this is a very easy way of finding a particular composition that you're working in. But of course, you should be organized and plan ahead, and you can go and make some folders. I'm going to hit F2, composition, and I can now go and very easily just go and drag my compositions into that bin, and I can do that whether they're live or not. Now, even when I have a folder here, so I can add another folder, and I'm going to call this one clips, and I'm going to drag my media in there, If I want to see everything that's in my bin, if I click the recurse button, it will show me everything that is in this tree. So this point now, I would be able to say, right, maybe I don't want to see compositions, only show me clips, or only show me compositions, or for that matter, only show me proxy files. And I have a proxy file here that was that I created earlier. Right, that's it for the library. I'm going to make another short video that will cover the buttons in the middle of the screen, and you'll be able to watch that right after this one.